Okay, we'll start the meeting. Welcome to the Addison Township Board meeting. Today is March 17th, St. Patty's Day, 6 o'clock at the Addison Township office at 1440 Rochester Road and at beautiful Lakeville, even though we're at Leonard Mail. Okay. Anyways, roll call, please. Oh, we could do the pledge. Okay, Ed, you're our veteran.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our dear Heavenly Father, we pray that your teaching will guide us in this meeting and in our lives. Help us follow your ideals that you set before us and be ready to carry on when we're called to do so. In the Lord's name we pray, amen.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mary Frost.
Here.
Karen Donald.
Here.
Linda Garrett. Here. Ed Wakefield.
Here.
Mike McDonald.
Here.
Bennett President. Supervisor Pearson.
Here, all accounted for. Announcements?
No.
None. Department reports, as usual, available in my office, or contact Jamie, my deputy, and make those available. Any petitions?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to approval of the agenda.
Yes, this came in late as well. It's in addition to the agenda number 7, the 2025 road chloride program not to exceed $78,000 from, what did I put the numbers? 101-446-934-002.
Okay, so we'd like to add that as number 7, right?
Yes. And with that, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Any comments? Not hearing any. Could we have roll call, please?
Mary Frost.
Yes.
Ed Wakefield.
Yes.
Linda Garrett.
Yes.
Karen Donald.
Yes.
Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Pearson.
Yes. Okay, move on to the consent agenda.
Yes, we have approval of the February 18th minutes, approval of the February 2025 invoices, and a resolution adopting the participation in the 2025 West Nile Virus Prevention Reimbursement Program.
I've read the consent agenda as well, the minutes. I'd like to make a motion if no one wants to make a change to approve the consent agenda, approve the 2025 invoices for February for $67,457.54, and the resolution adopting the 2025 West Nile Virus Prevention Reimbursement Program.
I'll support.
Okay, we have a motion and we have support. Any comments? Not hearing. Can we have roll call on that, please?
Linda Garrett.
Yes.
Mary Frost.
Yes.
Karen Donald.
Yes.
Ed Wakefield.
Yes.
Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Pearson.
Yes. Okay, now we'll move on to item number 2, a resolution adopting the amendments to the employee manual, Chapter 4, Chapter 6 of Fire Department Exhibit 1. As you know, the state has been struggling with all of this part-time and time off and minimum wages and everything, and I know Pauline's locked herself in her office there trying to figure this stuff all out because they keep changing it. But anyway, so I think they now have it partially down pat. I don't know if there's going to be any changes to it, but I'll let Pauline tell you a little bit about the changes as far as time off and different things like that, if you want to go ahead and maybe highlight it.
We were really busy making these changes. A lot of the changes the state made actually clarified provisions of the law that really left us in the air for some items. So they clarified provisions, but then at the very end of the law, they also made us add a few extra things. So the first part of the aspect, we basically almost inserted most of the law, except for areas that really don't apply to us. And then the second part was in Chapter 6. With the state amendments, we also now had to have a policy that would tell the employees what are acceptable ways of calling in, and also if they call in and it's, let's say it's past their start time, what are we going to allow them to earn for sick time, which the answer is yes, because we have to. So that provision was changed to meet that area of the law. The next step, they also are kind of having us do, and you'll notice it in the resolution towards the end, be it further resolved. This resolution is also going to serve as notice. So they're giving us 5 days to make sure that we notify the employees of the new changes. So what we're going to do is pass the resolution, and then I will also be sending to each employee is going to get a copy by way of email of the adopted provision, as well as chapter 6 with the changes for what's acceptable for an employee to call in. Any questions?
No. Well, what I'm looking for is someone to make a motion to move the resolution. If I don't have any questions on this.
I'll make a motion that we move the resolution for B.
Okay.
You were gonna read it all.
25 dash resolution. No.
Okay.
You guys can read the whole resolution.
No, I'm
He
not.
was going to read it, he was.
So, thank you, Linda.
Wow.
Okay, so we do have a motion to move the resolution, and we do have a second. Any further comments? Not hearing any, could I have a roll call on that, please?
Mary Frost.
Yes.
Karen Donald.
Yes.
Linda Garrett.
Yes.
Ed Ringo.
Yes.
Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Pearson.
Yes, the resolution is so moved. Thanks for all the work on that, Colleen. That was a lot of work. Okay, we'll move on to item number 3, review of the building official and inspector employment opportunities. Okay, first of all, I know that the board directed me to advertise in the MML for 30 days, and whatever that Boya, we did approximately 6 days. Our website, it was on our website the whole time also. We received 5 responses, 2 of which are the current temporary people who are doing the job right now. One response was not qualified, didn't have a building official license, and the other 2 I did interview. I think they were more in line with looking at a full-time job. We don't have that as such, and as of right now, we don't have a building official in the office, okay? Right now, it's working out very well that code enforcement up in Lapeer handles that part of it, and they have been answering all of the questions, and they don't charge us for that. And as of right now, we're saving about $40,000, and they're doing an excellent job. Our inspector, which is Mike Newmeyer, is out there, and he's been doing an excellent job, and he responds immediately to all questions and shows up at the scene. And Lonnie Hayes, who is the building official in Lapeer, he answers all the questions on telephone and meets with the people if they wish. And so he does that at any time, where we had somebody in the office and we never seemed to get anything done because people would come in and basically want us to show them how to build their own house, and we can't do that, okay? So we do tell people that we prefer that they have a contractor or at least know what the code is to build a house. So right now, Jamie says we have no complaints hardly, and these 2 people are handling this perfectly, and they go out of their way to answer everything. So what I'm looking at is, I don't think we, after talking to the other 2 interviewers, they were expecting to, I think, have office hours and have an office here, and for us to pay them to sit in the office. I'm basically looking at just appointing Lonnie Hayes as our building official and Mike Newmeyer as the building inspector, and continue the way we are now instead of on a temporary basis, because like Jamie, and she's very adept at my deputy supervisor, she's very adept, and she said, this is working out fantastic, and we're saving an awful lot of money, And on top of that, the building has slowed down a little bit, and that's probably because of the economics, and the other townships are in the same boat. So my recommendation is, don't reinvent the wheel, we have a great system going.
Okay, the Pierce handling it, being on the ZBA, how did they handle that? A person wants to build something that is not within our rules. Do they give it to Jamie, and then Jamie calls them and tells them? to
That
come
goes
down
to our
and draw it?
planner.
Goes to the planner, he gives
It goes to the planner, okay. And so we have to have a denial, as through the CBA, we have to have a denial by the building official before we get it. So
That's-
the planner will then send it up to Lapeer.
Go ahead.
So, every time somebody's coming in, they have to complete a zoning compliance application.
Yes.
The zoning compliance application automatically goes to the planner, he does a review,
Mhm.
that is sent to the building official. The building official then denies or approves,
Mhm.
but it's based on the planner review. So the building official is still reviewing those, and he is getting a set dollar amount for those reviews.
So, I mean, if he approves it, of course, we never see it, but if it's denied,
It's denied by the
it's
building
pretty,
official.
the old building official would be very detailed. It did not meet this ordinance, it did not meet this one. They do the same thing.
Correct.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Who's doing plan review?
Depending upon what plan it is, so the building official will probably do most of the plan reviews. And then Mike is the inspector, where he physically goes out and does the inspections. The plan reviews typically don't go to the planner. It's
No,
to,
I meant building plan review, so it's only
Thank you.
one
Yeah.
person.
yes.
And I will say,
Lonnie is.
Lonnie is-
yeah, and I will say, for the first time, we are completely caught up. When somebody sends in a set of plans, they're usually, he has them handled within 1 or 2 days. We were sometimes 4 or 5 weeks out because there were so many, but he's so efficient, even on the weekends. He looks at them and has them ready by Monday. I gotta give the guy credit, he's,
Are we doing everything electronically then?
yes, but they come in all the time, so I see them all the time, but, I mean, I hate to say it, but they're a joy to work with. If you came in and asked Jamie what her preferences are, because she basically runs the whole, she's got it, it's running like a Swiss watch now. Whereas before, we were quite far behind, because every time our building official would come in the office and start going through stuff and everything, he'd be interrupted all day. Whereas these guys handle it on their own time, and it's much cheaper.
Before we had a building official that did building inspections, so we had one guy and we had that contract. Now we have 2 people. How is the pay? Is it going to be under our building official inspector contract? Or?
So the fees aren't going to change from their temporary, and the only reason you don't have a draft contract is it's being reviewed for the Earned Sick Time Act, so we are creating a new employment agreement for them, but none of that is going to change, so they receive payment based on what applications they receive, so there's always a percentage, 75, 25, and then for the zoning compliance permit, I don't have that breakdown in front of me, I can send it tomorrow, but everything is like a commission-based payment to them. And then if there is a time where Bruce needs them to come in and meet, then we have that hourly range that we approved every year.
So is that a contract that we will review?
Definitely.
Okay, so our action then would be to approve, I forget it's Mike and Lonnie.
Yeah.
That's as far as I got.
Lonnie Hayes and Mike Newmeyer, yes.
To be the building official and building inspector, based off of the current wages.
Current wages contingent upon legal review
Contingent
of
upon legal
employment.
review would be a motion.
That would be a good motion. Who seconded
I'll
it?
second it.
So we got thirds here.
Oh, you seconded it?
Okay, so,
Mike seconded it.
okay, Mike seconded it. Okay. Really, it's working out extremely well. I have to say that they're a pleasure to work with, and they come in and it's never a problem if I call them and ask them a question. They call me, they answer the phone. I mean,
I'm
it's
very
great.
happy to hear that. That's
Yeah.
good news.
So we do have a motion, we have a second. Are there any other comments on this? The roll call, please.
Mary Frost,
Yes.
Karen Gardner.
Yes.
Ed Brightfield.
Yes.
Linda Garrett.
Yes.
Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Pearson.
Yes, and that passes. And the money we're saving, we can use on other things in the township, which is great, so.
So does that automatically appoint Lonnie and Mike? Or do we have to
With the
do that?
review of our attorney's agreement.
So they will be appointed.
Yes.
They have to take another oath, now that the board, which I see where you're going. I don't know if your motion,
Oh, hold on a second, yeah. Let me ask that. Let me see. I do need another motion then, don't I? Do I need another motion to,
I think she can just go in.
looking for a motion to appoint Lonnie and Mike as the,
Yeah, it is
first?
two items, so the second motion would be to appoint Mike and Lonnie. Lonnie is the building official and Mike as the inspector with their last names inserted.
Okay, Lonnie Hayes as the building official and Mike Newmeyer as the building inspector. And we need a second, and we have a second.
Since Mike was right and couldn't say
Yeah,
it.
he can't do two things at
Yeah.
once. Okay, so we have another motion. Any comments on this for hiring the two of them? No comments, roll call on that, please.
Hang on. Okay.
Need a minute.
Karen Gardner. Yes. Mary Frost.
Yes.
Ed Brightfield.
Yes.
Linda Garrett.
Yes.
Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Pearson.
Yes, okay, and that passes, thank you. Spring cleanup. As you see, I think you all have the paperwork here. Once again, it's always the Saturday before Mother's Day. It's getting harder and harder, I know, to find anybody to do the cleanup for us at a reasonable price, and this company does it at a reasonable price. But I see that they're not going any farther than a 1 year at a time now, because I don't know what that entails, but right now it's, at least we have a 1 year commitment from them. So what I'm looking for is, if you notice on the cost there, it's just what the costs will be. Because last year, I believe we have that price. Was that the 8,133 last year or not? Or is that the estimate this year?
He's giving us an estimate, but we just need to approve his rates because his estimate could vary depending upon how many people actually appear at spring cleanup. So we're approving the contract and then his 2025 costs.
Okay, and if, as you see on there, we're asking that, of course, a valid driver's license again, and no commercial contractors. I did add, and of course, the NOHAS handles the paint, gasoline, and different things like that. $100 fee for the Freon if it's a refrigerator and has to be tagged. But I would like to add, because last year we had a little issue with building materials. People were saving up materials from a deck. And unfortunately, when they bring in all that womanized wood and everything, they filled up a compactor quite rapidly because they can't break it down that much. So I'd like to just add that no building materials or deck boards or the womanized deck boards, because you can't burn those. And that's why they're showing up for us. And those, I believe, that's part of a contractor. They should be taking that away when they come and put a new deck on. So I'd just like to eliminate those so that we don't have to pay for an extra compactor. We got charged, I believe, an extra $850 last year because somebody brought in trailer loads of wood decking, and it filled up one of those immediately. So I'd like to eliminate that.
Also, the Freon fee, he increased to 105, so the notice is going to read 105.
105.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the one-year agreement with the rates as shown for the 2025 estimated cost. The date posed is May 10th, and the public notice with those two amendments.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion, and we have a second. Any comments? Okay, not hearing. Can we have roll call, please?
Linda Garrett,
Yes.
Karen Gagnon,
Yes.
Mary Frost,
Yes.
Ed Rico,
Yes.
Mike McDonald,
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Pearson.
Yes, and that passes. Now we'll move on to, this is the appoint Mike McDonald to the Oakland County Materials Management Committee. I know that Mary really wanted this one, but, but,
I want more free time.
so, but Mike has volunteered, that- and he understands it. As you know, many years ago, back in, before 1988, when Mike was the township supervisor, they tried to put a dump in Addison Township, right on the Oxford Township border. And Mike was very instrumental in getting that denied. And this is basically the beginning of where Oakland County is looking for another place to put all the garbage. So Mike is very attuned to this, so I think he is the best man to, or the best person to put in that position. Who would
Thank
like?
you, Mike, for volunteering. I'll make a motion to appoint Mike McDonald to the OC Materials Management Committee.
I'll second.
Okay, and there'll be no discussion on this, just everyone vote. So,
Hey, you're gonna do a great job.
okay.
Yes, he's gonna do a better job.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Can't say no. Thank you. But you are the best person to put on there. You've been through it before, and you know what everybody's up to on this. Everybody's looking for a place to dump their garbage. Okay, item number 6, computer upgrade estimate. Our office has Windows 10 program on October 25th is the date for Windows 11. Our computers need attention, okay? Looking forward, it's better for us to be first on the list to get everything updated through our IT firm. And their recommendation, I think, is 4 computer replacement and 9 upgrades, estimated at $9,500.
You may make a quick comment?
Yes.
Been there, done that, their price is very fair. And when you have Windows 10 and you find out that your software stopped working, you will think, oh my gosh, why didn't we approve that a long time
So
ago?
we want to be first on the list there, so.
This is an item that's already budgeted. I make a motion to approve the estimated $9,500, up to $9,500 to upgrade the computers.
Not to exceed 11,000, just in
It's
case.
at the bottom.
Mine doesn't say that.
It's not to exceed 11,000, mine says 14.
Looking for a motion to,
That's maintenance fee.
Oh, okay, so that's separate one. Not to exceed 11,000. It's budgeted at 14,400, so we're good.
okay, for 11,000, and we have that second. Any comments on that? It's not a hearing. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Yes. Ed Rico,
Yes?
Karen Gagnon.
Yes.
Mary Frost.
Yes.
Linda Garrett,
Yes.
Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Pearson.
Yes, and that passes. Road chloride. Last year, the road chloriding went very well. There's all kinds of new rules now that EPA and everybody has put on the chloriding of the roads, and the road commission adheres to those. They're only allowed to put so many gallons per mile. And the good thing about last year, having the road commission do it, is that when they graded the roads, the chloride trucks are right behind them, so they get it when it's still soft and it absorbs into the gravel, which in past, sometimes they didn't, after everybody drove over the gravel roads, then the chloride showed up. But right now, the road commission coordinates very well with their graders, so they didn't raise the price. It's the same price as last year, so I'm looking for a motion to approve the 2025 chloride program not to exceed $78,000 from 101-446-934-002.
I just have a comment, I think, how come this is always added to the agenda every year? Was they going to get to us, or?
No, well, I'll just explain that they just get it to me. Last week, they automatically say, now we're gonna go out for bids for gravel, we need it today that you're gonna sign up.
Do they do that to everybody?
Yes, so.
It
it's
depends
just-
when your board meeting is too. It just so happens that we get them right after.
Right after the agenda's
the
done.
agenda. And it's like, well, we could wait, but then if Bruce needs to say we need chloride, we're 30
I
days.
just wondered why, if this is always something that's
It is,
added
it
every year.
is, every year.
Every
I-
year.
Their emergency becomes our emergency is what happens. What it is they have to put the bids out. In the past, like for the gravel, they would just start putting the bids out sometime at the beginning of spring, and then they wouldn't gravel until fall. They found out that that was a mistake because then they got into the rainy season and we had nothing but mud. So now they've pushed everything up, and they make it an emergency for us so that they can get their bids in. And then they start graveling during the summer when it's still dry. So that's, and the chloriding, I think that they have to get everything approved to figure out what price they're gonna charge. So as soon as they know what the county approves on the price, then they hurry up and send it to us, so.
So the chloride price has not changed from last year?
The price did not change, no.
And does this include any gravel?
Well, that's with the tri-party, okay? The tri-party, I just sent in that we will be doing the tri-party with them.
So this is just chloride?
Just
All right,
chloride.
because we were on gravel and I was wondering if this was.
Yeah,
any gravel,
and,
if it's in chloride.
And I met with the road commission earlier this week, or last week rather, and we agreed that right now Frick Road needs some attention and Texter Road, so that's where the gravel will be going. I
There's a
think.
big soft spot right on, never mind.
Oh, well, I could,
If I
if
complain it in
you, yeah, if you tell me where, right now the frost is coming out of the ground. I got a little bit of lesson, they told me that, I asked when is the frost out of the ground? They said as soon as Lakeville has no ice on it, that means the frost is out of the ground. So as you notice this weekend, the ice is gone off of Lakeville, and so the frost is out. And Army Road between the two, upper Lakeville Lake and lower Lakeville fell apart. They're up there now trying to salvage it, and that fell apart, and of course down by Indian Lake. So I've been on the phone with them, and they're doing a lot of favors for us and trying to fill these in, and I'm sure up on Secord Lake, there's gonna be some bad spots.
You mean the New Lake Seaport?
Yeah. Yeah, so,
No, they did a good job over there, they really did.
I did check, Big Barney's is charging 12 cents a foot to their customers, so this is still a good deal for us.
yeah,
But they only get private, I mean, they would only do private roads and that,
I do not wanna deal with Big Barney. I had,
Well, no, I wasn't
Yeah.
suggesting we should, I'm just saying that it's a very competitive price.
he wasn't very cooperative when I tried to stop the trucks from coming through the town when it was sold. That company's been sold now. And the old company had grandfathered rights, but that Big Barney's now has moved up to Dryden because they used to drive through our town all the time. And
I just offered that by way of financial
Yeah.
comparison for,
no, I agree. It's just that I had to, I did not have a very good rapport with Big Barney. He's out of Howell or something, and he thought that he could keep operating out of our town, and I put a kibosh to that. So, yes.
I know you communicate with the road commission a lot, the team that I met. Would you let them know, thank you very much for working so hard in our township? They're trying to get everything done.
I just had
We
a,
can do it.
I just had a meeting with Colin, who is our superintendent out of the Clarkston in 24 garage, and Jason, who is our foreman, and I gave them big attaboys, but I don't like to say that too loudly, because the last people I did that, they all got promoted, and then and I lost them. So I have a very good rapport with these gentlemen, and they have done a great job. And I know it's very hard right now because with the frost coming out, but they have all the roads passable which is
Hard
very
work,
good.
hard
Yep.
work.
Okay, what,
We don't have a motion yet?
oh, I need a motion.
I'll make it, I make a motion to approve the 2025 chloride program for not to exceed 78,000 from, I worked on a bunch of numbers, I'm sure they're wrong, but ending in 002.
101-446-934-002, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll support.
And we have support. Any comments? Motion and a second? Okay, roll call, please.
Mary Frost.
Yes.
Ed Wakefield.
Yes,
Karen Darrow.
Yes.
Linda Garrett.
Yes.
Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Bennett, yes. Supervisor Tucson.
Yes. And that passes. Okay, we'll come on to public forum. Anybody in the public or public?
Was somebody here?
or public?
From the cameraman?
Any comments? No comments. Okay, so we have nobody from the public that wants to comment. Addison Township Board, anybody on the board, or any reports?
You know what, I'm going to write this down. Planning Commission was asked to hold a public hearing on 2 ordinance amendments. What are the next one then? I'm sorry, I didn't write them down. Can you tell me what they are? She wrote some notes.
Open space preservation.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then we have the wastewater,
And the wastewater.
and then we have the regional PUD, and then we have amendments in Article 24.
That's right. Oh, she said.
Ditto. Okay, okay. Mike, Karen had something?
Oh, I just, we haven't met in a while for the Oxford Area Cable Commission, but our interlocal agreement, which is a 10-year contract, is pretty much expiring this month. So that is gonna be presented to the board. It's gonna be kind of late, but Carrie's been sick, and so, just so you know that's coming. There's not much change to it, so I'd say next month. We're meeting on Monday, so.
I just want to let the board know that I had about 7 responses for the positions at Addison Township, and we held interviews last week, and hopefully by this week, we might have new employees. Oh.
Mike?
Room,
You can go first. It's okay.
Well, Mike's been trying to get in there.
No,
before.
I'm
No,
just,
and then you just saw me and I went, oh no, he's gonna say something. So just keep
I
going,
was
Mike.
looking this way.
Just keep going, Mike.
I know.
Thank you for your support on Oakland County Materials Management. Their stated purpose is to reduce and recycle, to increase that in the county. They got a big grant from the state, but ultimately it comes down to talking or actually doing. And in 30-some years, they haven't done anything really to help solid waste. I think this is more of a financial incentive than anything, but I appreciate the opportunity now. I will report back regularly. Regarding the SISMA, there's going to have a community habitat improvement projects. The applications will be in June, or between June and August, and I'll update the board if we want to participate in something like that.
If we could get them involved again with the Phragmites in the park, about 15 acres there, that would be great, because the first applications did really well. I'd like to follow up with that if they're always looking for a place to do that. So
I sent you a United States Geographical Survey is doing a Phragmites testing with a new herbicide. So if you're interested, it's a grant. So I sent it to you, maybe.
I
take a
didn't
look.
see it yet.
No, it was just before the meeting. I
Oh,
just got
okay.
it today. So, yeah, there's maybe a couple opportunities.
yeah, I would
Can I
like,
ask, what is that, Phragmites? I don't know.
that's, the
That's
Phragmite is
the
the
tall,
stuff that
with
takes
the
over the
big-
cattails.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you're talking about the stuff that they put on the English cottage houses. That's what that's called. In a
Phragmites?
different- Yes, in a
Oh.
different term and different people. That's what they
Oh.
use it for. I know.
that's not what we.
I know, that's why I wanted to know what it was.
I didn't know that. I do need a new roof.
There's a lady up on Ray Road that does those
Oh,
roofs if you
okay.
want it.
Well, that Phragmites is an invasive species
It
that
is.
came in with the freighters, okay? and,
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
the ballast water, but, okay, what, oh, no, Mary, you had
Oh,
something.
well, I went to a SIMCOG meeting in Pontiac a couple, 2-3 weeks ago now. And Pontiac is very happy. They're very proud of being Pontiac, and they're doing a lot of work down there. And nothing that really, I don't think we would have wanted to do or anything, so. But we gotta keep knowing what they're up to.
Oh, exactly. Okay, if we don't have any more reports and any communications? No communications? Supervisory report. I just wanted to say, yeah, we did have a little electric outage for a while. Of course, it was only by Mike's house, you know.
Well, what was he doing? Maple syrup.
But they did finally get it done, but yeah, the rest of the township, there was a big area that we had about 5 hours out. But in Leonard there, for whatever reason, they had a lot of tree damage farther out in the township that it stopped the electricity in downtown. They were out, what, 26 hours and 28 hours? But anyways, the road committee, the DTE did get that fixed. The roads, I did have a meeting, and I did give them a lot of kudos, that every time I call Jason, he answers the phone, and if I say, hey, I have a really bad road, he gets out there and says, I'll do my best right away, and he does. So I can't thank them enough, because in the past, they wouldn't even pick up the phone. Now, I have a direct line to them, and they've been terrific. So, and everybody in the township calls and thinks that Bruce can do miracles, but it isn't Bruce. I have a good rapport with the road commission, and I have a meeting with them set up with the heads of everybody in the road commission. And like I say, I don't like to give too many kudos, because if you remember Chris Dow, who used to do a really great job for us, now he got a promotion, and I lost him, and then I got a couple bad ones. And now I got rid of those, and I have good ones again. So I don't want to make that mistake again. But anyways, I'm working on an SAD on Peninsula Drive right now. The residents want that paved. I've met with everybody, the state, everybody on there, and the residents want to do an SAD. And so what we're looking at right now is there's a spillway that they need an easement, and they're working on that now. And they're going to put a drain that on one section that goes out. Right now, what happens on that road, of course, is a chloride, and the gravel all flows into the lake. And when it does that, it also goes through everybody's garages. So we've had engineering drawings that the residents requested. The road commission's involved. They've tilted the road away from the garages, and they put manhole cover, 2 of them, to catch the water, send it to the lake, which will solve everybody's problem. And it will make it easier for the township, then we don't have to gravel and chloride Peninsula. It's the same as what we did on Monodic behind Louis' Restaurant there, or the Lakeville Station now. And that worked out beautifully. And everybody's happy there. And so those people are just emulating what they did on Monodic. So, and so then there's 1 or 2 more roads. We only have 2 more roads that actually, gravel roads that flow into the lake, Gravel Ridge and then Annandale. Annandale is waiting for a house to be completed at the very end of the road, and I think they would like in the future to pave theirs. And Gravel Ridge has also contacted me, and they would like to start getting preparations to have that one paved. That would be the last of the roads that would be putting chloride into the lake. So I think it's a good thing for Lakeville Lake and the environment. So I'll keep you updated on how we progress on that. So,
Great if all 3 of them could do it at the same time, it would save everybody a lot of money.
well, the problem is I don't know how much money we have, because you know the SADs we have to pay.
The board created 400 and
Yeah,
30-some thousand dollars, I believe.
And Monadic is paying theirs off, okay, every year. It's a 7-year, and they're already into like the 4th year or so of that. Next, we have one more payment on the township building here. Okay, so next February, we will be, we owe $100,000, and we're done. And,
So we have one more year on payments.
well, next February will be our last payment.
You said one more payment, so is it,
One more payment, we already paid this year's.
oh, you pay a year in advance?
One,
There's one payment left, there was a 10-year
Oh.
payments, and so, you know, like back, if you remember when we did this, we had the money to do this, but rates were so cheap, I said, keep our powder dry, and now, that same money that we have, we can get close to 5%, and I think we're paying 2 and something on the loan, so it was a wise move.
So will it create more money then for us to use for these SADs, or?
Well, then we have more money freed up, and every year, as the other ones are paying them off, then we have more money and to me, it's a win-win, because it's improving the whole township and the environment and the lake, and yet the residents are actually paying for it. It's just that we have to pay the bill right when it comes in and then collect the money from them over 7 years. So anyways, other than that, I don't have anything else in the supervisor's report, and so looking for a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Next month, April 21st, 6 o'clock is our next meeting.